Hey guys, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Hope you're all having a fantastic Sunday afternoon. Hope you've had a good weekend. Hope you've all had a good day. Hope all looking forward to later on the season for the Euro 2024 final between Spain and England. Hopefully, all those years of hurt since 1966 will be coming to an end tonight. Hopefully, if England can lift the Euro 2024 title with hopefully an unlikely win against Spain tonight. So I hope we're looking forward to that. First of all, do me a massive favour for me, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Remember to share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button. Remember to always remember to put the notification bell on at all times you receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2024 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube in 2024. And we will have all your latest breaking news and transfer news right throughout the summer transfer window as well. So please subscribe. And we have major breaking news coming in from Old Trafford from Manchester United this afternoon in the late evening hours of Sunday, the 14th of July, 2024 this year, that Manchester United have officially completed the signing of Joshua Zirkzee from Bologna. He becomes our first summer signing of this transfer window under the new era of Ineos, with Erik ten Hag as our manager for a third season. Joshua Zirkzee is now officially a Manchester United player. What does this mean for Rasmus Højlund? What does this mean for Joshua Zirkzee? And what does this mean for Manchester United going forward? But we are going to read the statement forward going from Manchester United is pleased to confirm that Joshua Zirkzee has joined the club subject to registration. The Dutch forward has signed a contract until June 2029 with an option to extend for a further year. Joshua Zirkzee, the 23-24 Serie A under-23s player of the year, was Bologna's FC's top goal scorer last season, helping his team qualify for the UEFA Champions League. The 20-year-old Netherlands international earlier won 6 trophies during his time with Bayern Munich. Upon signing, Zirkzee has said, having had discussions with the manager and the leaders of this club, I know how exciting the future is going to be here, and I cannot wait to play my part in achieving success for Manchester United. I am a player who has always dedicated everything to winning. I am ready for this next challenge to go to another level in my career and win more trophies. It is a privilege to join such an iconic club. I have taken a short break now after being with the national team, but I'll be coming back ready to make an impact straight away. Dan Ashworth, who is Manchester United's new sporting director, has said, Manchester United securing a forward to enhance our already strong group of attacking players was the key aim for this summer. We are delighted that we've managed to sign a player of Joshua's calibre this early in the transfer window. Joshua Zirkzee is an outstanding talent who is ready to make an instant impact for Manchester United. His ability and desire to grow into a world-class player means that he will be a great addition to the squad that we are building for the exciting season ahead and beyond. Having already achieved a significant amount in his career, we will provide Joshua with the perfect platform to reach the next level under the guidance and support of Erik ten Hag and the coaching staff. We look forward to seeing Joshua thrive at Old Trafford over the coming years. So we officially have got Joshua Zirkzee, and I mean, it has been a long 4 weeks. It has been massively, massively long to Manchester United to officially sign a player. I can't believe it's taken this long. I can't believe already it's been 4 weeks that it's taken Manchester United to actually get a player over the finish line. And I can't actually believe we've got our first signing of this transfer window already. But like I said, theoretically, for me, in my view, this deal should have been announced on Friday. I don't know why it's taken Manchester United till Sunday to get this deal done. For me, I would have loved to have got it announced on Friday evening if Manchester United could have done that. I don't know why it's taken them so long to announce Joshua Zirkzee. Was there an issue in the medical? Was there an issue with the paperwork? Or was there an issue with the registration? I just feel, in my view and in my opinion, Manchester United could have got this deal announced on Friday so we could start working towards more deals to rebuild this Manchester United team. That is what I was hoping for, and I'm hoping we are still going to see that. But I am excited with the signing of Joshua Zirkzee. He's young, he's talented, he's got the world at his feet, and I feel he's got more development ahead of him in his Manchester United career. And obviously, he's here for the next 5 to 6 years. So at least till 2030, we will see Joshua Zirkzee be a Manchester United player, depending if his Manchester United career does turn out to be a successful one. And I think that, for me, is what we're all hoping. I think we're all hoping realistically that this career actually works out for Joshua Zirkzee, because He is a young striker. He's got a lot of development and he's got a lot of way to go to improve his career and improve already his impressive trophy record. Obviously, achieving what he did with Bologna last season was obviously a massive, massive statement of intent to get Bologna back into the Champions League for next season. And I think obviously that is a big, big achievement for Joshua Zirkzee to get Bologna into the Champions League, because you don't expect a club of a caliber like Bologna to ever achieve greatness and get into the elite European competition of UEFA Champions League football. And obviously, the release clause for Manchester United, we haven't exactly had to pay the 34 million that has been quoted in the release clause. We've only had to pay 2 million up front, which I think is quite crucial for Manchester United going forward to get Joshua Zirkzee in quite early on. And Manchester United, in the statement, what I've read, say it's an early signing. I completely disagree that it's an early signing and we've got it done quite quick. It's taken us 4 weeks to announce a player to get it done officially and signed. So Manchester United can come out with that statement and say, we've got him in quite early. It's taken you 4 weeks and over 4 weeks and over 2 days just to get a player through the door. I don't know why it's taken that long. I don't know why Manchester United have come out and said, we've got this player in early. We've got him in quite quick. Look at the progress we've made on one signing already. And I'm hoping now that Joshua Zirkzee is officially at this club, I'm hoping Manchester United now can move on and get more players through the door at Old Trafford, because I don't think Manchester United fans and supporters are going to want to wait another 4 to 5 weeks. I think we have got to start making moves and we have got to start making further progress in this transfer window, because if we don't, it's going to be a long, long season and Manchester United could be an unsuccessful one if Manchester United don't get the players in that they want quick. And I'm hoping now we've got Zirkzee signed, we can start moving in this transfer window, because I'm excited by the signing. It's another young signing. It's another young striker. And Manchester United, can come out and say they've done it quick and done it this, that, and the other. Manchester United haven't been efficient on this deal for my liking that quick. I think we've been too slow. I think we've been too inefficient. I think Manchester United could have done a lot better by getting Zirkzee announced on Friday. And obviously doing it today is a bit of positivity for the fans, is a bit of positivity for the supporters. I just believe, in my view, that, Manchester United could have got this Zirkzee deal done quicker. And I'm glad we've got it done. I'm glad it's officially signed now. But having to wait till the weekend, 2 days after he signed the contract on Friday at evening, that could have been done then. It could have been announced then. So I don't know why Manchester United have waited till Sunday evening to get a player through the door and signed. For me, it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense why Man United have taken this long to get a player through the door. It could have been done a lot quicker. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited when we get new players in. I get that excitement, I get that buzz, and I get that thrill factor. But obviously, he's again a young striker. And again, what did we see last season with Rasmus Højlund? It took him a very long time to start scoring goals, especially in the Premier League. It took him to at least Boxing Day against Aston Villa in 2023. Or was it the week before the week before Boxing Day? It took him that long till December 2023 to get his first Premier League goal. That's the concern I've got. I'm hoping that this signing hits the ground running straight away, because Manchester United will not be patient and the fans and supporters will let that know very, very quickly by the vibe and by the atmosphere at Old Trafford, and especially away from home as well. Joshua Zirkzee signing has got to work, and it's got to work quickly, because the problem with Manchester United, if this signing doesn't work and Manchester United don't give them the patience that is needed, Manchester United are going to find themselves again with a very, very expensive paperweight in another striker who is taking his time to hit the ground running. Joshua Zirkzee needs to start scoring goals straight away. I don't feel that we can be patient anymore. We've seen that over the last 11 years. We've been patient more than enough to back these signings and to back these players. Manchester United fans get told you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to wait. It's going to take time to bed in. We've heard that all before. We've heard this, that, and the other so many times that you need to give these players patience. You need to give them the time that is needed for Manchester United to get these players settled in. If Joshua Zirkzee doesn't get settled in quickly and it takes him 10 to 15 games to score a goal, we have got a major, major problem, because you're then going to be massively reliant on Rasmus Højlund again to score you the goals that is desperately needed for Manchester United this season. I'm hoping we are going to see the goals now being scored by these two strikers, because Zirkzee can play across the front three, but he's mainly a false nine and he's mainly a central striker, just like Rasmus, because Rasmus can play the false nine, he can play across the front three, but mainly he's our main central attacking point to our attacking three. If the goals don't start happening and the goals dry up quite quickly, Manchester United are going to have a problem, because they're going to wonder where the goal source is going to come from. And I'm hoping now we've got a striker in, we are going to be able to build that competition between Højlund and Zirkzee going forward. And I'm hoping this signing is going to be a successful one. That is what I'm kind of hoping for. And if we don't do it and it doesn't happen quickly, Man United are going to have a big, big problem going forward. Because if he doesn't score goals and he's only declined to the bench and he doesn't get any game time, you've signed a striker who you've given a 5-year contract to with an option of a further year. If he doesn't get the game time and he hardly doesn't start over Højlund, Joshua Zirkzee is probably going to have second thoughts about his career going forward, because he's come here guaranteed first team football. But if Højlund starts seeing more minutes than what he does, he has signed that 6-year contract and is probably going to start wondering, have I made the right decision coming to a club where I'm not going to get the game time and Højlund is ahead of me already? And I do expect Rasmus Højlund to be our main striker. I can't see Joshua Zirkzee jumping straight into the first team. But if Højlund doesn't score the goals himself that he needs, then Zirkzee may have to jump in. But if he doesn't score the goals either that we need, then there's going to be a big, big problem going forward for Manchester United again next season. There's going to be a major, major problem for United trying to find the goals. And if the goals don't come from the front two, where is that goal source going to come from? It can't just be Zirkzee and Højlund trying to score the goals. It can't just be them two. But they've got to work together. And maybe we will see a different lineup. Maybe we'll see a different formation. Maybe we will change things dramatically going forward next season. I don't think we're going to see that much change. I don't see us, starting with two strikers. I still expect United to stick with their traditional 4-3-3 with a back four, a 3-man midfield, and a 3-man attacking front lineup. I expect that to still stick. But if Ten Hag sees the contribution to Zirkzee and Højlund working together, maybe we do change it quite dramatically. We play a front two, a 5-man midfield with 2 attacking wing backs, and we play a back 3. I wouldn't want to see that going forward, because that is what Gareth Southgate does. I don't want to see Southgate ball coming into Manchester United's lineup. I do not want to see what Southgate does at Manchester United. I don't want to see that under Erik Ten Hag, and I'm hoping we won't see that. I'm hoping we won't change much. I'm hoping that we don't do what I'm kind of hoping we don't see, because if we see more problems next season, you've then got 2 strikers who can't score goals. And the words coming out of Manchester United this summer was, we are going to sign an experienced striker. Even though we've got Zirkzee, and I'm happy and I'm grateful we've signed him, Højlund and Zirkzee isn't enough. We still need an experienced striker to come in as well as those two, because all what's got to happen is Zirkzee does his hamstring, Højlund does his knee, and then you've then got no striker going forward. I don't think, for me, Zirkzee and Højlund is going to be anywhere near enough. I think Man United are going to have to still go and try and sign a striker, because if you lose both of them to injury, United are screwed. You're up the creek without a paddle, basically. You've got problematic issues going forward, because if you don't have no strikers, what are Man United going to do? Start putting Marcus Rashford down the middle, put Sancho on the left, and then maybe Ahmad on the right? I don't think that's the way to go. I think United are still going to have to dive into the transfer market and go and get another striker, because even though I'm grateful we've now got that second striker, because if you look at last season, all the pressure on the world was on Rasmus's shoulders. You look at the pressure, and you look at the negativity, and you look at the goals he wasn't scoring with the opportunities that he had to score. that was putting more and more pressure on him because he realised he was the only striker at that club who was being relied on every single match, every single game, every single week. It was on Højlund every single opportunity Man United had to play him. The pressure was on Højlund's shoulders because we didn't have a second striker. And people can tell me, well, you had Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford's not a striker. He's a traditional left winger with a right foot. You can't play Rashford down the middle because it simply doesn't work. And what else did we have from that? We didn't have anything else. We basically had Forson, who we've let go on a free transfer and has gone to Monza in Italy in Serie A. He wasn't the answer. Anthony Martial was injured for the whole of last season. We didn't see Anthony Martial at all last season. We didn't see him at all because he had more injuries than a paper cut. Like Anthony Martial hardly featured at all last season because he was injury prone. He was injury prone. And the problem is Erik ten Hag was basically told to get on with it. He was basically told, you're going to have to go with Rasmus Højlund. We're not getting you a striker in January. And that, for me, should have been the answer in January. Remember when we were told, we are going to get you a striker, we're going to get you a striker, we're going to get you a striker. And we were promised that Man United would bring a forward in to help Rasmus Højlund and Erik ten Hag's team go forward to somehow try and get European football and try and get back in the Champions League. Soon as we didn't spend anything in January and we didn't back the manager, Champions League hopes were over. We were basically trying to battle for the Europa Conference League. And unfortunately, we've ended up in the Europa League. It's not a place where we want to be. Let's all hold our hands up. The Europa League is not where I want to be. I don't want to be in the Europa League. I don't want to be playing Thursday night football because I think that is going to screw us next season. I think playing Thursday night football is going to ruin Manchester United next season. And that is what worries me. If we play Thursday night football and then you're going to have to play every Sunday in the league, I think that could fucking ruin us. And the problem is, you're going to have to play your best team in the Europa League and you're going to have to play your best team in the league on the Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, whatever the fixtures, battle each other once the Europa League gets announced and the Premier League fixtures get organised for that period. Because I don't think the European competition starts at least the middle of September, the end of September. That's when I think the European competition starts for their fixtures. So it's going to be interesting to see how Ten Hag tweaks to this team. Is he going to go with best team for the league and weaken the Europa League team? Or is he going to weaken the Europa League team and go for the Prem? I'm not sure how it's going to work, but I think for me, he's going to have to play his best lineup for both competitions because we do need to win a trophy. Again, we need to go back to back to back. We need to go for the triple. We need to see a third trophy in a season in a row under this manager because it does show that Erik ten Hag is doing something right. So it'd be interesting to see what striker he goes with for the league and what striker he goes with for the Europa League, because I think you're going to have to really integrate both of them. Maybe you play Højlund for a certain amount of minutes in the league and then bring Zirkzee on, and then maybe you start Højlund on the bench for the Europa League and then start Zirkzee in the opening minutes, play 60, 65, 70 odd minutes, and then bring on Rasmus for the last 20 minutes to go. It's going to be interesting to see how integration it's going to be between both strikers. It's going to be interesting to see how quickly Zirkzee settles into Manchester United, because if you look at Serie A and you look at the Premier League, it's a different kettle of fish. The Serie A is a lot more slower and the Premier League is a lot more quicker tempo. And it's going to be interesting to see if Zirkzee can settle into that Manchester United DNA and the style of Premier League football, because I want it to work out. I really, really want Zirkzee to work out, and I'm really hoping it does, because that is the type of player that Manchester United have been crying out for. But my concern is it's a major risk. It is a major risk, because if it's just Zirkzee and Højlund, I can't see Man United having a good season, because like I said a minute ago, you lose either one of those two into injury. Who else do we have as the backup striker? We can't afford to have the injury crisis we had last season. So I think Ten Hag is going to have no choice but to rotate this team a lot next season. And I think he will have to do it, because if he picks up an injury crisis again, United are going to be back to square number one. So I don't think, for me, Man United will have a good season if we just have these two. We do need that third striker. We all know Rashford can't do it. Mason Greenwood's going to get sold. You can't do it with Sancho. You can't do it with Ahmad. You can't do it with Anthony. Palestri isn't going to be here. So the options really is you are going to need another striker. And I think United will have to dive into the market, but it will be in the latter stages of the transfer window. I think Man United might leave it till the last week or maybe the last day and somehow try and get a late striker brought in. I don't want to see a loan deal. I want to see a permanent deal. I don't want to see any of these fucking loan bullshit that we are starting to hear. I don't want to see any of that. And I want to see United go in and get another permanent striker. What that striker will be is interesting. We are seeing rumours of Ivan Toney. We've heard this yesterday and we're hearing it again today. Ivan Toney clearly is the striker that United are going to try and go for in the latter stages of this window. I think for me, he's got 1 year left on his contract. Go and give Brentford 40 million. I see Mark Goldbridge quoting on the United Stand, and I quote, he's a £60 million striker with 1 year left on his contract. I completely disagree. You can get Ivan Toney for 40 million with 1 year left. You can go and get him with 1 year left on his contract. And I think Brentford would do that deal. But United would have to act pretty quickly on the last day. And I'm hoping Zirkzee isn't going to be the only signing we have. This is what's panicking me and a little bit worrying. That it's funny so far we've only seen Zirkzee. Where's the rest of this new regime? Where is this new Ineos area? Where is Manchester United going as a football club where we've only seen one signing? And people say it's been quick, it's been efficient. I completely, again, disagree. Man United haven't been efficient. United, for me, so far, in my view, have been way too slow. In 4 weeks, you've signed one player. We are trying to get De Ligt done. We are still trying to bring in Nelly Yoro. We're still trying to get Brantwaite. I don't know what the next signing is going to be, but indication so far, it's going to be De Ligt. But Man United still this weekend, and I quote from Fabrizio Romano, and a massive shout out to Fabrizio. He's an absolute legend on in the football community, in the football world. He's an absolute inspiration, and he's an amazing person. And I think for me, we have seen again this weekend, and I quote, Man United and Bayern Munich are still in advanced negotiations to try and bring De Ligt in. How long is that going to take? If we don't get a here we go for De Ligt by tomorrow, or Tuesday or Wednesday, the latest, as a Man United fan, I would start panicking because we do need all these players in before our first game against Fulham. We need these players in ASAP. And we've seen from Pletty goal again today, Lenny Yoro has still got to make his mind up if he wants to go to Real Madrid or he wants to go to Man United. Man United have put the money in front of Lille trying to get the player in. If Lenny Yoro has got any balls or any bravery, fucking reject Real Madrid because clearly they don't want you. They're trying to get you for cheap and they're not giving Lille what they want. We have given Lille what they want on the table and Lille are trying to do everything they can to convince Lenny Yoro to go to Manchester United. I think we'll get him and I think we'll get De Ligt. But if Lenny Yoro rejects us and he waits for Real Madrid and Real Madrid get him for cheap later on in the last stages of the transfer window, which is the end of August normally, Real Madrid will get him cheap. But De Ligt alone is not enough centre-backs. We were promised we are going to get 2 centre-backs this summer. It's got to be 2. You can't just say it's De Ligt and we're going to keep Maguire and Lindelof. I don't understand why we're trying to sell Lindelof and keep Maguire. We need to get rid of both because both of them are neither good enough. And it's the same for Johnny Evans. I can't understand why fans are praising Manchester United for bringing in Johnny Evans on a 1-year contract extension. I don't get that because what did he do last season? Look at the amount of injuries he picked up. We've given that guy a 1-year contract extension. We are meant to be seeing a new era. We're meant to be seeing a new regime. You don't give aging, overrated pensioners like Johnny Evans a new contract. He didn't have good performances last season. I completely disagree. They've only kept him there. It's because he's one of the leaders in that dressing room. That's the only reason Johnny Evans is at this football club, because there's a leadership role in that team. This is why Johnny Evans is still here. It's because he brings leadership role into the dressing room. If Man United had any balls, you would tell Maguire and Lindelof you're going. You tell Johnny Evans you're off. Willie Kabwala, I mean, don't get me started on this, right? I see so many Man United fans and supporters crying their eyes out that Kabwala's gone. Get fucking over it. That is my word to say. Get fucking over it. Forwards, get fucking over it. We let Kabwala go because he ain't good enough. He's going to be our 5th choice centre-back. Well, it depends really if Maguire and Lindelof are still here. Johnny Evans, we all know, is going to be here. And you've got Martinez. So theoretically, he's 3rd choice. But we've sold him because he ain't good enough. He ain't going to make it. And that is the truth. That's the truth. He isn't fucking good enough. One or two good performances here and there ain't enough. United need it on a consistent basis. And I see fans crying that he's gone and they're annoyed and they're frustrated that he's been sold. Get fucking over it. He ain't good enough. This is why Man United have sold him, because it's pure profit. Kabwala was never going to make it. And I said this. He's gone to Villarreal. We've got about 11.5 million euros for him, which is about 8 to 9 million. Get over it that he's gone. Get over it. Because it is starting to bore me to death now. That why have we got rid of him? Why have we sold him? He ain't good enough. So I'm excited that we have finally got our first signing. I'm hoping it's going to be the first of many, because Joshua Zirkzee, I think, will work. But that is more hope and more optimistic view. It's got to work, because if it doesn't, I've got to think what's going to happen this season. Like, if we don't score the goals we need and Zirkzee can't adapt to the Premier League, we've got an expensive striker on a 5-year contract, probably on about 100 grand a week. And we've paid theoretically 2 million up front and got him, and we're paying Bologna the deal over the next 3 years. So again, that's pretty good business, because under the Glazers, they would just cough the money up that was needed. We would buy all these expensive signings and all these expensive players. So in the end, United have done a bit of negotiating, and they've done it to their best that they've done, and they haven't managed to pay his release clause, which they haven't. I mean, fair play. That's something new, what we've never seen. Is Man United never not pay the release clause, and they've done it. They've not paid the release clause and have gotten very cheap in up front, and they're paying Bologna the deal over the next 3 years. So again, it's money well saved. I'm hoping that money they've saved from that deal is going towards De Ligt, because if we, like I said, if we don't get anything this week, that we have not going to sign anyone, and we aren't going to do anything, next season, this season coming is going to be a write-off. I still think it's going to be, because I don't think this transfer window has been good enough. You may have got rid of Martial and Varane, Brandon Williams, Donny van der Beek, Willie Kabwala. Looks like Greenwood's going to go. Like, I'm sorry to say, where's the incomings? You can't just say we'll get rid of 6 players and bring in 1, because that one player can't play in all those positions. Zirkzee is a striker. This is what we signed him for, to score goals, to bring to this football club. This is why we needed a second striker. I think if Tenor would have been given a striker in January, this wouldn't have been a problem this summer. That is my view. If Man United would have bought him a striker in January, we wouldn't have signed a striker this summer, because it would have been fine. That money could have gone on another player that was desperately needed in this squad. Why Man United have waited till the summer to do it? Absolutely God knows. God knows why we've done it. I don't understand why we've done that. We clearly should have done it, and we could have had a better season if Ten Hag was given another striker. And I still think we will get one anyway. I think we're going to bring in 2 strikers, but I think the second strike will be late August. But like I said, I am excited that we finally got over the line, but it's been a long 4 weeks, and I applaud sections of this Man United fan base and supporters for waiting that long, because I've been frustrated. A lot of people know my anger, a lot of people know my frustration, and a lot of people know how pissed off I've been, because I've wanted Man United to act quick, and I don't think we've done it. I feel sorry for Joshua Zirkzee in a way. They should have announced it Friday evening. It was there to do. It was there to announce. Why we've waited till Sunday, God knows. Absolutely God knows. I don't know why, but I had a conversation with my mate Liam last night. I've got 2 mates called Liam. I was on the phone to one of them. I had a conversation with him, and it's like, it wouldn't surprise me if we announced Zirkzee on Sunday. What happens? We've announced him. So they could have done it Friday, but we're glad it's done. We're glad it's sealed and glad it's signed. I mean, he won Bologna's under-23 player of the year. That's fucking good. He got Bologna into the Champions League. He was their top goal scorer, and his conversion rate is impressive. He does score goals, and he did so much for Bologna last season. And I'm hoping that, again, he can take that form and take all that glory that he had with Bologna to get them into the Champions League, and he can take that into his Manchester United career. I'm hoping it's the ground running. I'm hoping we're going to see the goals we hope he can score. And we're all hoping that he makes it at this football club, because if he doesn't make it, we are going to have the same problem we had last season. We basically got Rasmus. And I'm hoping Rasmus doesn't see that as thinking, shit, they've brought in another striker, so it's not just me now. And maybe Højlund's grateful for that another striker's come in. But he's probably looking down the pecking orders thinking, right, I've either got up my game here or I've got to score more goals on a more consistent basis. Because if Rasmus ain't scoring goals, Ten Hag ain't afraid to make changes. He ain't afraid to drop anybody. And I think Rasmus, if he then sees another striker come in, I think he's going to start thinking, oh shit, right, this Man United career might not last very long if I don't hit the ground running this season. And I could easily be deployed to the bench as quick as anything. And it will shit him up. I think if Højlund sees another strike coming as well as Zirkzee, then I think Manchester United have got a big problem there, because Rasmus won't like it. We'll start seeing a lot of unimpressive body language. We'll see a lot of frustration by the facial expressions. And I think when, they put the camera to the bench and they look at all the players we've got on there, if it goes to Højlund and he looks pissed, it's because he knows, thinking they've brought Zirkzee, and if they bring an experienced striker in like Ivan Toney, where the fuck do I fit in? Because if I'm not scoring goals and Zirkzee ain't scoring goals and Ivan Toney does join Man United, Ivan Toney's going to be the lead candidate here. Where's my future going to lie? That might be a problem further down the line that United are going to have to sort out. I'm not 100% sure that Manchester United are going to get this right, because if you've got two young strikers fighting for the same position, I'm hoping they can work together and not against each other, because if Rasmus ain't going to like it, and if Zirkzee on the first 4 or 5 games is on the bench and Højlund starting every game, Zirkzee's then got a big question. Should I stay at Bologna? Should I have gone to AC Milan and basically told AC Milan, my agent, to drop the fee demanded and the commission rate to try and get me to AC Milan? Because he was that close to AC Milan in June. Remember Romano said at the beginning of June, end of May, that he was that close to AC Milan, but AC Milan did not want to pay the commission fees to the agent. And they absolutely had no right to do that. But Man United have got a fairer deal. We only had to pay about 8 million. So we've basically paid about 10.5 million already in the first year. But in the end, United have got this striker, and I'm hoping that is going to solve the goal scoring problems. But like I said, if Zirkzee doesn't work and he doesn't score the goals we need, and United are back to square number one again, we are going to have a big problem with both of them next season. This is what I'm still hoping we sign another strikers. I don't think it's enough. And I'm hoping, like I said, I'm happy he signed. I'm happy he's at the club. It's nice of Man United to finally get some business done and a transfer over the line and officially announce it today. You could have done it on Friday, because it's the weekend. We've got the Euro 2024 final with England tonight against Spain. Nerves are jangling more than balls on a Christmas tree. Everyone is feeling it. Everyone is bricking it. I just don't think that was needed for today. I think this had been fucking done deliberately. They wanted to take the joy and excitement away from that final tonight, because they knew, well, let's not focus on Spain. Let's not focus on England. Let's focus on us. So I think it is a bit of a PR stunt in my view. They could have announced it on Friday. They could have done it. It's just laziness. I think Man United have got there. I think Manchester United have got to that moment now where it's just pure fucking laziness. And Manchester United, I think, in my view, should know better. But like I said, it's nice to have something positive to talk about this club instead of the negatives. But for me, there is still a lot more negatives than a lot more positives, in my view. One player in 4 weeks, it's not great. And I think if Ineos are going to look at it, I think they know the fans are pissed. I think they know the supporters are unhappy. And I think they know they are massively, massively frustrated that we've only brought one player in 4 weeks. We should have done business in June. All this sell to buy and financial fair play bullshit and wait till the new football financial year at the beginning of July was absolute bullshit. United didn't want to do anything. United did not want to do anything. They wanted to wait another 2 weeks. I mean, we're on the nearly 3rd week of July, right? Why are we still having to wait? Why are we having to wait? Get Zirkzee announced and start working on other deals. That's my view. Because Zirkzee should not have taken 4 fucking weeks. Let's get that right. I'm happy he's here. I love him. He's now at the club, and I'm excited to see what he's going to offer going forward. They should have announced it on Friday and should have started working on even more deals to make this transfer window even more of a special one. I'm still hoping that Ineos make this a special transfer window. I'm hoping Ineos make this transfer window look like something great. Because if it's not, and Zirkzee is the only new player, we are in big trouble this season ahead. We are going to be in major, major trouble. And like I said, I still think a second striker is going to have to come in. Because if it doesn't, I think in the end, Man United have got a major, major problem. Yeah? In a minute. 5 minutes. So yeah, I'm excited he's here. We obviously welcome Joshua Zirkzee to the Manchester United family. Welcome to Manchester United Football Club. And he becomes the first new signing of the summer under the new Ineos era with Erik ten Hag as our manager still. So I'm really, really excited to welcome him. Buzzing that he's a United player. So I hope you enjoyed this transfer life reaction to Joshua Zirkzee signing for Man United this evening. Remember to hit that like button and the share button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Remember to share the video. Hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button. Remember to always remember the notification bell. If you put that bell on at all times, you'll receive dedicated brand new content planned for the rest of 2024 on this channel. We'll have the transfer window covered right throughout the end and the last day of the summer transfer window at the end of August. We'll be reacting to every bit of transfer news and news coming in from Old Trafford from Manchester United with any more here we goes or any more deals agreed or players leaving, players being signed. We are going to have the transfer window covered right throughout this year. So please remember to notification bell and please subscribe and hit the like button on this video as well. But the most important thing tonight is it coming home? Can England end all those years of hurt since 1966? Can we end those years of hurt? Can we win Euro 2024? Come on, England. Come on, you 3 Lions. Let's fucking do this. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy tonight. Come on, England.
Come on, England.